Also, in going through several numbers this week, I did find this interesting is that we have now got basically 2 months of NXT on CW. And what has the move to from USA to CW? What exactly has that meant for NXT? And they moved there October 1st. And of course, the first 2 weeks were heightened by the premiere that included CM Punk, and week 2 that had Randy Orton. So you saw in September they went from 639,000 viewers on USA. That jumps to 740 in October, and in November they have come right down exactly to 639,000 viewers that they were on USA in September, slightly below in 18 to 49, going down from 256,000 to 224,000 from September to November. So, I mean, granted, it's been 2 months, but it has not been. I mean, granted, CW is it is by technicality a broadcast network, not a highly rated one, and this is still very good numbers by the standards of CW. But for NXT growing its audience, it's kind of been a push now that we've seen what it's normalized at without your even including like hot shotting like an ECW themed event. But it's kind of like it's taken its audience. It hasn't grown, it hasn't shrunk, but the CW move has not provided a new audience. It doesn't appear.
I guess what it really tells me, and this is sort of what we tentatively expected. This is going from a really strong cable network in USA to a pretty mild broadcast network in CW. So broadcast means more homes, but lower profile means some amorphous lack of marketing power or lack of power that results in viewership. So we expected it to be a push, that it would be about the same viewership, but not really sure how it would turn out. And it has been about the same viewership. And I can contrast that against what SmackDown has done. And I think I've got charts in here for SmackDown as well. But where SmackDown really has been hurt by in terms of viewership, again, not unexpected, but it really has lost viewership by moving away from Fox to the USA Network. And I think, if NXT was on Fox, it would be in a similar number of homes as CW, but it would probably be doing a lot stronger viewership, just because it really is some difference in value of the stronger network here, even when it comes to wrestling fans and how habitual wrestling fans are of watching wrestling on whatever network. It really does matter what network you are on too.
Would you, if we're looking at where USA Network is going to be in 5 years versus NXT being on broadcast, even when the level of CW, is there a certain comfort you have with broadcast that a lot of these entities seem to have versus cable? That, I mean, USA is going to be part of this spun off company, and I mean, the future of a USA Network seems to be one where you can't predict where this is going to be in 5 years. Is there more of a stability of just being on broadcast, even at a lower end one like CW?
I think they view it, and this is how I think AEW is viewing it in terms of the rumors that we hear about AEW trying to get on a broadcast network with some new program, is that it's just more homes, right? Like this is why it's really important to be on streaming, because you're in homes that only have streaming, don't ever subscribe to cable, and don't put an antenna on their wall so they can watch CW or Fox. But then you have the people who only watch television, or primarily watch television through traditional means, through cable or satellite. And then you have people who don't have cable, maybe who aren't subscribing to Netflix or Peacock, but they do have the ability to watch stuff on broadcast. And it's just maximizing the number of homes that you're in. And there are three lanes that you have to cover, and that is cable, streaming, and broadcast. And I think that's among other reasons why it made sense for NXT to go to CW.
And it does feel like this philosophy of WWE of kind of just casting multiple lines into the water, that they have their foot in streaming with the biggest streamer you could have. We're in cable, we're on broadcast, and it seems as though we're just going to spread our chips across the board and just try to have as much accessibility as possible in all these different areas.
Yeah,